Always low prices at Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza.
In Judge Lane's courtroom today, Jordan Matthew Rodriquez was sentenced to 8 to 20 years for attempted murder, plus another 8 to 20 years for a weapons enhancement. Those terms will run consecutively. With 337 days of credit for time served, he will be eligible for parole in 2041. The case stems from a shooting on October 28, 2024. Investigators say Rodriguez was driving down Homestead Road in Pahrump when he spotted Joeseph Goretski-Jones walking home from the Maverick gas station. Rodriguez stopped, got out of his vehicle, and fired 5 shots, one bullet striking Joeseph in the neck. Joeseph was airlifted in critical condition by Mercy Air to UMC in Las Vegas. He survived, but the injury left him permanently disabled and confined to a wheelchair. A nearby surveillance camera captured the entire attack, and the video was entered as evidence. Rodriguez was arrested later that day at his residence. The sentencing followed a settlement conference where Rodriguez agreed to plead guilty. His defense attorney, Kelly Blatnick, argued for leniency, telling the court that at Rodriguez's young age, his frontal lobes are not fully developed, leading to rash emotional decisions. She said her client and Goretski-Jones had beef for years and claimed Rodriguez believed he was protecting his family after allegedly hearing the victim threaten his mother's life.
And young men and women whose frontal lobes have not been fully developed, who are acting rashly and emotionally, engage in conduct that causes harm because they loved and behaved rashly. Jordan knew Joeseph. Jordan and Joeseph had had beef for years. Jordan had heard Joeseph threaten Jordan's mother, threaten Jordan's mother's life. And as his son, this struck a chord so deep within him that he engaged in vigilante justice, which our society does not allow.
District Attorney Daniel Young pushed back, saying he was hearing excuses and reminding the court that even a toddler knows not to kill people.
What you heard is some excuses that he was protecting his family. Those are naked allegations, Judge. Self-serving statements by the defendant. You heard that the court should give him leniency because his brain isn't fully configured and he didn't know what he was doing. He was young and naive by his own statements. Judge, anybody knows right and wrong. You don't have to be an adult, you don't have to be 35 years old or 50 years old to come to that conclusion. You're taught that when you're a young kid. Toddlers know that you're not supposed to kill somebody. This is just an excuse. He went over there, and by his own admission, he intended to kill Joeseph. There were multiple people on the street. We're lucky that there's not 4 or 5 victims. We have 1. But Joeseph was walking with his friends at this time. This was an outrageously reckless act, but one with intent to take the life of Joeseph. Now, by the grace of God, Joeseph is still with us, but he took his life. He took the fun, the joy away from him. He can't walk. He's wheelchair bound. He's a limited quadriplegic. He has limited movement in his fingertips. The doctors think maybe with some type of leg brace that only the doctors are going to understand how it works, that he might have some limited mobility. But as of today, he's wheelchair bound. He will always be in a long-term care facility or hospice care to do just the basic things of life that the court and the other people that are in the courtroom take for granted on a day-to-day basis. He took Joseph's life and happiness with this heinous act that's been classified as vigilante justice, and that's exactly what it is, and that's something that we cannot stand for in this community.
The victim's grandmother gave an emotional testimony describing how Joeseph, once a music lover and basketball player, now lives in a wheelchair and requires constant assistance after the attack. After weighing both sides, Judge Lane said the violence demanded significant punishment and imposed the consecutive sentences, ensuring Rodriguez will remain behind bars for quite some time.
To go and shoot somebody intentionally, trying to kill them and leave them crippled is a serious crime. So I'm going to follow the recommendations of the state, 8 to 20, 8 to 20 consecutive with the deadly weapon enhancement. I show credit for time served of 337 days, we'll double check that, and standard fines and fees.